Hey guys, second guessing yourself is basically your brain telling your brain not to listen to your brain.
Doug, you hold the arms, I'll hold the legs.
So are we basically? Well, no, to be,
That's not the arms.
We save the guitar for later.
real quick. In his
There you
defense, he got that from his girlfriend. So if we're gonna assault anyone, it would more than likely be her.
She has all
No!
these
I will kill you!
riddles of tricksters of the trade. Welcome back
Tainted
to
the mind.
Arctera. Welcome back to Arctera. We're all done. We finished off. We're actually completely done with 2 of the 4 worlds. So
We still haven't blown them up.
woo! And I was gonna say, I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but that is still the thing that in universe is kind of awkward. Of like, dun 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 dun, like you're running around, like oh my god, shit, and they just kind of show up back up later. Like you could literally go right back to the planet you just escaped from. Like, are we cool now? Yeah. Okay.
You cool down after your little episode there.
She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I just had
By-
some shit, Samus.
By the way,
Are you done with your temper tantrum? Yeah. Okay, you'll have dessert later, sweetie.
Okay.
by the way,
Speaking of dessert, here's a mini boss.
By the way, I was sent more existential stuff, and to be fair, I sent it while I was fucking working on my homework. So, who wants to hear more?
No.
We still got about, what, 17 more minutes to kill? Go right
You
ahead.
can be overweight and underweight, but you can't just be weight.
That makes me wait all the time.
Doubt.
The old you is actually a younger you.
Yeah.
A guy walking around with 1 crowbar is more suspicious than a dude with 3 crowbars.
That is true.
So Gmod.
Oh, yes. Also, I don't know if we mentioned this. Oh, by the way, one of the best weapons in the game, the Imperialist. This is the sniper rifle that Trace was using. Which, on that, something that I didn't even note is, if you're ever playing this in multiplayer, a neat little detail they kept is that the HUD that Samus is using on the right over there
It changes.
is unique to her.
Yeah, it changes.
So like it'll have different layouts.
Yeah. Also, life is just a really long story about how you died.
Yes. Or short, depending on how long we can tolerate Matt's puns for.
Wait till you get to chapter 13.
And pew! So those switches
That's
can only be
called-
shot with the Imperialist. And something I actually...
Wait,
something I
hold on, I'm sorry.
proxy.
Wait until you get to chapter 13. That's called the puberty chapter. It's one of the most controversial ones out there.
No, the chapter 13 is where you die.
tier 15. Do not.
No, chapter
'Cause you
13
wanted
is
a
where you
Corvette.
die, Matt. From me.
Anyway.
I died at
So-
the age of 13, but I'm 27.
It got a little
Makes sense.
cringeworthy
I
by
go back
chapter...
in time and kill you before you're even born.
I'm sorry,
No,
James.
the-
I see where you're going with this. I appreciate and respect and acknowledge you.
The joke is, Matt, your kid self died.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, my inner child died long
So,
ago, yes.
the Imperialist is a sniper rifle that, interestingly enough, the game doesn't tell you this, you actually do more damage when you are zoomed in. Like, as a gun, it actually will have a damage modifier immediately added the second you start, like, aiming down.
When you buy batteries, you're buying canned electricity.
Matt.
Yes.
I mean,
How many
yeah.
of these did she send you?
A million.
Enough that he should have had his paper done before we started. But now we get
Yeah,
to be very
exactly,
nervous
Matt.
about taking away his
Hey,
time.
I
This
had
thing is due today.
I had to read a fucking bunch of articles for my goddamn paper. All right, don't at me.
I know.
I
In
am
fact,
mad
okay,
at you.
one of the problems with my paper is the fact that I legitimately had to fucking overhaul it. Because
Like straight
Alright.
from scratch?
not straight from scratch, still my ideas and stuff, but like 2 of the articles I was going to talk about just didn't work for my paper, so I had to scrap those 2 articles and then find 2 different articles from the same sources.
So, fun fact about Hunters. It actually, so apparently Hunters was not actually handled by Retro, but was actually handled by NST.
Right, the same people that made Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Sounds
and
too
Pikmin,
close to
and
another
1080
word that
snowboarding.
I don't like.
Wait, when did they do Pikmin?
Well, no, Colin Reed did. He was the lead technical engineer who worked on games like 1080 snowboarding.
Huh, okay.
Yep. But yeah, no. So about 30 people worked on this game. I'm just this is the part of the commentary where I'm like, you kind of get the gist of this already. So I'm just kind of looking up some interesting factoids because the game was well received, and which again is surprising for a handheld title for something like this. But,
Well, by
again,
that
it
point, the
shows
DS was definitely starting to take off.
Yeah.
And again, like, imagining playing this on, it is still really cool. Like for the time that this came out, like to see this being run on a handheld, like so as smoothly as it could.
Yeah, I mean, barring what you see right now, because that was clearly all emulator work.
Hey guys, if,
Well, yeah, if there's like any pop, yeah.
guys, if you print money for a living, you make money for making money.
Pretty much, yeah. But wait, wouldn't that be considered counterfeit?
No, because printing money is an actual job as well.
You hear that, Matt? You hear that, Matt?
What?
You're what?
That's me cracking my fucking knuckles.
Oh, I'm sorry. Logan
That's
could
not
do it
that.
better.
I was like, I was like, that's not how you do it. You gotta do it like this.
Thank you.
But Discord doesn't read it anymore.
I hate
Logan,
it.
Nothing will ever beat what you did with Ape Escape 2.
Yeah, I was about to say no. If he really
That was
wanna
because
skirt-
that's because I've been making a point to now crack my knuckles before we do these.
Well, no. What I want
sessions.
what I want to say is that Gems was on the right mark. Like, if you really want to scar them, start cracking your neck.
Yeah, I tried, but just yeah. Anywho, so okay, how about this? Another thing, the guy who worked on the music for this game, because I will say, like, especially in Arc Terror, it has been capturing a pretty similar vibe to what I remember Prime 1 music sounding like. It's the guy who worked on Pokemon Puzzle League, Wave Race, and and again the Mario vs Donkey Kong soundtrack.
So it's just the mainstay that does all the NST soundtracks.
Yep, Lawrence Schwedler is one of them. He's the audio director.
Okay.
And the other guy's name is James Phillipson.
And now this is pretty much the obligatory part of the commentary where I say, please Nintendo, make another Donkey Kong-esque game, like classic Donkey Kong.
I know.
Or you know what?
Also,
Just make
also fun fact: James Phillipson even did some composition work in Bowser's Fury.
Oh,
That's
cool.
neat. Yeah, honestly, like, not even just that. Just give us a Donkey Kong anything, please.
E3 is around.
Give
the
us
corner.
Donkey Konga 2.
Yeah,
I would like that, actually.
That already exists.
I was about to say,
Donkey
already
Konga
exists.
3.
Already exists.
Donkey Konga, whatever the fuck comes next.
4.
You forgot 4. You forgot the
forgot what
number
came after
4.
3, Matt?
No, I'm saying no. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't want to say 4 if there was a 4. Then I'd say
That's very
5 if there was a
embarrassing.
5. Therefore, I'm saying whatever number comes next.
There we go.
You're giving them
electricity.
You're giving them a lot of credit if you think they would make it to Donkey Konga 5.
I give them credit for the fact that they got the 2.
What are you, freaking Goku losing brain cells?
I hate you all.
Goku
Why do you
loses brain
guys
cells.
just
Oh hey,
constantly?
a missile. Hey look, a missile puzzle.
What do I do?
It's been so long since I've seen these. Kaboom.
What do I do?
You provide commentary. What else?
Yeah, you're the lovable scruffy underdog.
Not to these two.
No, he's Jimmy Olsen is what he is.
Damn.
Oh, just with this thing again.
Oh, I cannot wait till we get to our next Mario Party session.
Whenever that be.
Oh jeez,
Oh,
Hunter.
that-
I like how they just
That
spawned
is
in
gonna be
as you
interesting.
were walking.
Yeah, I was not ready for that, and I don't want to be spooked by them as Dax
Where are
was.
you?
All right, and there's the key. All right, we just need one more.
You know,
and then
Matt
we
should just
can,
rename
continue
himself to
forward.
Jimmy Olsen. It'd be great.
Oh my
It would
God.
be so fitting. He
I
has.
don't
he
want
has-
I don't want another AKA to have to keep remembering. Because first it was Ronnie J. Koopa, then it was AKA Matt the Zealot, then it was AKA
No, it
Matt
was
the
Matt the
Imp.
Zealot first,
Then it
then it was Ronnie J. Koopa, now it's Ronnie J, and now it's just Matt.
Didn't you have one based on Doom for a while?
You had one based
That's
on.
what I said, yeah,
What
it
is
was
this?
like
Are you
everyone
gonna
hates
call
you or
yourself
whatever.
Uncle Jesse and the Rippers now, or some shit now?
I would love that actually. Can we call ourselves that now?
Uncle
I gotta be honest. I'm not
That
really
sounds like-
I'm not
Hold
really
on,
feeling
wait,
schmucks anymore.
hold on,
What
when-
Uncle Jimmy
when
the
did I
Reaper
do it?
sounds like. Uh oh.
When did I do a Doom one? What?
Like, I think
also,
it was like it
You
was-
had the Pinky Demon or something or whatever.
That was in.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
Doom?
No, what I just do on my Discord every now and then is I always have the Ronnie J, and then the last word I always just change to something random when like it's my mood or something. So I had like Ronnie J Pinky or something, or maybe
And then I know
or
one
maybe
time-
I did try to change
There,
it.
well,
I don't know.
I also remember that on DeviantArt at one point you also became one of the aliens from XCOM at one point.
Again, I wouldn't
Well,
be
that's-
shocked
I
if he
wanna
called
say- I
himself
wanna say
Uncle
that's what-
Jesse and the Rippers at this point now.
Again, I would like that.
Oh, I
actually.
also had.
By the way,
I also had
oh.
Drossel the puppet.
All right. Also, don't mind that little pop in as we enter the next part of the rendering. But yeah, otherwise, James, I'm also gonna say that when we come back, I'm also gonna cut out most of this room because it's it basically becomes a rail shooter for this one room.
And you've seen,
cannot
and
move.
we've seen that kind of gunplay before.
Yep. Stay tuned for more Resident Evil stuff. And oh boy,
Oh,
it's a
joy.
maze.
Oh.
So the trick to this room is that it's a maze where we need to shoot three freaking
Imperialist shots.
Imperialist. I kept thinking Arbalest, but that's a Destiny weapon. We have to shoot 3 of the Imperialist targets very quickly. So it's all about trying to maneuver yourself around this maze. There's one.
Keep in
Try
mind,
and
you
shoot
have
them all
you
fast.
have to double tap on the touchscreen to jump.
Yeah, so as you're noticing, because I mapped the exact same thing for both jumping and zooming in, occasionally when I'm double tapping to zoom, you'll watch me jump up and down wildly. Come on. Got it.
First try.
But now we gotta get now
try.
we gotta get into the center of the room.
Hold on. Speaking of that whole first try, I just thought of Lego Batman, which made me think of Will Arnett, which made me think I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Sorry.
Who's Will Arnett playing that?
He plays the villain actually, and he is
Oh.
very basically think Deadpool crossed with Handsome Jack.
Yeah, but is it as charismatic?
It's
and
Will
fun to
Arnett.
hate as...
So yes.
Okay.
Now, with that comparison in mind, like, not that I'm totally against the actors that have played him up to this point, but now it just makes me
there we go.
want to see Will Arnett voice Deadpool at one point.
That would be fun, honestly. I could definitely see Will Arnett.
As opposed to deranged Nathan Drake.
Well, like I said, like, I think he's a good Deadpool as well. I just mean, like, if they did have to get, like, a different actor, I feel like Will Arnett would be fun as Deadpool.
Can I also just say, I rewatched the Lego Batman movie recently. I still fucking love that film. And one of my favorite jokes, it's not even a Will Arnett joke, but it's still one of my favorites. And it's like, I'm not talking about those rogue losers in cosplay. I'm talking about people like me, the greatest villains that have ever lived. You wanna meet them? No.
No.
Too bad.
It's great. Well, beyond that, we're almost done. We just need to get out of here now. We got the keys. We can now get to the next boss.
My
battle.
name
You know
is-
what? I'm actually curious because this is our first time doing this hype. Sammy and Doug, did you guys ever own any? What were some of your favorite games on the Nintendo DS generation?
Nintendo DS?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have to think on that.
Oh, so then did you want me to go first? Okay.
Sounds like it.
Damn it. Okay.
Spotlight's on you, Sammy.
Uh-oh.
I don't like.
Invaded.
I don't like
Oh, boy.
all eyes on me.
Well, just think about this. Well, like, were there any particular games you remember playing on the DS? Like for example, have you played either of the Rush games?
Okay. There are a couple of games that I could think of when it came to the Nintendo DS that I did favor and like. Which one of them is Pokemon. I did like Pokemon Diamond, but that's a debate. I'm not debating the
I like
Pokemon
Diamond.
Brilliant Diamond stuff. That's a debate for another time.
No, it's fine. I remember loving Diamond.
Black and White was pretty good too.
Black and White and Black and White 2 are just incredible in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they are so underrated.
And then the other one is Sonic Rush Adventure. I never played Rush. I played Rush Adventure though.
I will tell you right now, Sonic Rush Base is a better game by proxy of not being quite as bloated, but it does still carry the usual dimps level design that we all love to hate.
No, because they basically they use one weapon. Honestly, they're basically like the polygon team in Smash, where they use a single move over and over again, and sometimes you'll get really unlucky, and they just flail constantly. And this is one of the main reasons why I prefer to play first-person shooters with a mouse and keyboard. Again, stay tuned for Metroid Prime 2 after Super Metroid. But there we go. Now we can head back the way we came.
No, I will say, just really quick, back to Sammy's list, just yes. Black and White, I will always...
Oh, hey,
Black and
a tank.
White and Black and White 2, I will always consider just the most underrated games in the series.
Well, I can live a good life.
I will. Hold on. I will always consider Black and White and Black and White 2 the most underrated games in the series. That being said, I will also consider Diamond and Pearl the most overrated games in the series.
Shit, I was gonna say Ruby and Sapphire.
Ruby and Sapphire for a while.
I grew up with Ruby and Sapphire, you bastard.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to say it's the most overrated Pokemon game because it was your Pokemon game.
I feel like it's...
Okay, but Matt, that was also my first Pokemon game too, and even I can say they're fucking overrated as hell.
Can I just say that it's so weird hearing people say that like Diamond and Pearl are overrated when up to this point I was always led to believe that they were some of the weaker gens in Pokemon?
No, Diamond and Pearl were the
you're thinking
most
X and Y.
requested.
X and Y got a little
Y.
weak, I thought.
No, I'm sorry. I am actually going to defend X and Y simply for the fact that I think X and Y had the best output of Pokemon since Gen 1 and Gen 2.
Okay, bullshit, Matt. I'm gonna call fucking absolute bullshit, and this is the point where your opinion has completely ticked me off.
Really? No, it can't have
boy.
that. James, do you have any strong feelings one way or the other with Pokemon?
Didn't really. I mean, the most invested I got into Pokemon was Gen 2, but after that, I kind of just dropped.
I'm going to defend Gen 6 and X and Y simply for this.
Well, then you're wrong.
No, stop.
No, then you're wrong.
No.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
The main name of the game is Pokemon. The reason why, in my opinion, Gen 4 is one of the weaker ones, and Gen 5 for a little bit, even though I do think it's underrated, are because of the Pokemon. I can't remember most of them. I think they are all, like, most of them were just bland. But mainly those two games had the most output of Pokemon. I can't remember most of them because there was so many. X and Y decided to reel it back and said, okay, let's focus on making these Pokemon memorable as opposed to having too many.
And I mean, how could you forget about good old Greninja? He got to be in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So I think I see where you're coming from. Where like, because I could argue and I could defend that Diamond and Pearl did recycle a number of Pokemon from previous generations.
No, I'm talking about the brand new Pokemon. I'm talking
okay,
about
now I think you're just a liar.
Yeah, no, exactly. He is.
Because I like the new Pokemon that were in Diamond and Pearl.
Lucario came from Diamond and Pearl, right?
Yeah, Lucario.
Yes, he was.
Does anybody remember Electivire exists?
Yes,
Yes.
I actually liked that. I actually loved freaking Tango.
Matt, you're just wrong.
Because it gave Pokemon that previously didn't have an evolution chain evolutions. That was like one of the big things. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, well,
happened.
it's my opinion.
Doug, get that teddy bear out of there.
I still think
your
we should have
opinion's
gone.
wrong.
I still think we should have gone a big evolution. Did we ever get an evolution for Mr. Mime?
No.
I think he got one in one of the gens.
Oh, yeah, no,
not that
he
one.
recently got one in Gen 8, yes.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
based off of Charlie
think-
Chaplin.
That's adorable. Alright, so now, with that said, we got the last key from Arctera. We're done. No more Ice Planet.
Hooray.
So stay tuned for what will be the penultimate part where we're gonna finish off the Vesper Defense Outpost. And Doug, you got any one-word responses on the current state of Pokemon?
Don't care. I'm just playing a game.
Okay, that works.
I feel like that's
How
a
do you-
cheat because that's more than one word.
How do you lump all that into one word anyway?
Nah, I don't.
Magic.
Yeah, no, here's a good point. Alrighty, stay tuned.